All right, guys, I'm Jody Hibbard, your former state secretary.
And I'm Jennifer Gagnon, your former state vice president.
And before we introduce our next speaker, I'd like to start off by telling you 5 things you probably already know about your state vice president. So we're going to start off with our big old E here. E is for enthusiastic. This person is always running around with a big old smile on her face, usually jumping around like a goofball. But if it has anything to do with agriculture, she's passionate about it and she's ready to show her enthusiasm to all of you. So here is your E. Next, we have our R. R is for rugged. You can find her sporting camo or rolling around in the mud. She can get knocked down but get right back up again. She's very resilient. And that's it. That's our R.
Come on, guys.
Come on, pick them up.
What are you doing with baseball?
Yeah, really. That's it. Okay. Next is I. I is for inquisitive. Not only will she ask 1,000,001 questions, but she always wants to know how you're doing, how's your SAE, how are you doing in FFA, and she's always ready to learn. So inquisitive. Don't let them hit the ground, guys. Come on. C is for caring. She loves her teammates. She loves all the FFA members. She's very interested in her friends' lives. She's always willing to stop by and see how you're doing.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, be more gentle. Settle down a little bit. Lastly, we're going to say adventurous. She's always willing to take on a challenge. When she joined state office, she didn't know the adventure she was in for, but she's definitely handled it well, and I want to wish you good luck in your next adventure.
So now on a little bit more personal and serious note, it's my pleasure to be able to introduce Erica. She's such an amazing young lady. I met her a little over 2 years ago, and let me tell you, she loves agriculture. She lives for it. Heck, agriculture is part of who she is. Whether she's working at J&F Farms, riding her horse, or telling you all about trucks, you can see and hear the passion in her voice and with every word she speaks. Erica's not only an advocate for the FFA and agriculture education, but an advocate for living the life you want to live. Having a passion and pursuing your dreams, being able to feel comfortable in the skin that you're in. This young woman is by far the most energetic little bundle of joy you will ever get the chance to meet. You can be nothing but happy when you're in a room with her. Her spirit is just amazing. She has such a welcoming attitude towards life and an adventurous spirit, and I am so very proud of the woman she has become and how far she has grown throughout her years in the FFA. I am elated to introduce our friend, your 2013-2014 State Vice President, Erica Como!
Well, that was good, I think, right? About 2 years ago, I was in the very same position as you. But today was a normal day after school for me. And as always, I ate everything in sight. From the cookies to the chips to the leftover pizza in the fridge, I devoured it all. Next, I would go back into my room and I'd change out of the girly clothes that I put on that morning. I'd take all my makeup off and I'd put my hair up in a very unattractive messy bun. I was finally ready to kick up my feet and relax. But why did I go through this daily routine, you might ask? Well, every day, I woke up an hour before I had to actually get up for school. I thought, maybe if I don't wear the right clothes today, someone's gonna make fun of me. Or what if I don't put makeup on? Is someone gonna call me ugly? I know it sounds silly, but going to school with over 3,000 kids was scary at times. Word went around fast at my high school, but when it did, it was like a bad game of telephone. Not only did I have to find myself, but I had to put my big girl pants on and decide that judgment was not going to stand in my way. I relied on my friends to get me through the next steps that I would have to face. You see, I faced a lot of things. School went way far south. I fell way behind in my classes. And along with that, life wasn't ideal at home. But fortunately, I would be enrolled in an ag class later that semester that would change my life forever. Animal science. My FFA advisor was relentless. She told me that I needed to come to this FFA meeting. Not knowing what I was about to get myself into, I showed up after school. You bet I fell in love with these crazy people. Not only were they just like me, but they were judgment-free. They didn't care, and they welcomed you with open arms. They made me feel like I had been part of their family. So, to judge. To judge means you are able to give or form an opinion about something or someone, or to regard them as either good or bad. And to be a judge means that you are able or qualified to give that opinion. But the thing was, I never remembered being in high school that I gave anyone that power over my life. You see, the thing is that I let other people control my life, not in a good way. So I became friends with all of these people that wore this blue jacket. Not only were they awesome, but they became my best friends. They supported me through the first steps that I would take to shed this judgment that I was so afraid of. There were so many things that I would have to endure, acronyms of FFA that I didn't find acceptable, as well as rude remarks about this blue corduroy jacket, with a side of names such as hick, hillbilly, weirdo, and redneck. As I faced all of these challenges, so afraid, I now stand here today on this exact stage feeling bad for those people. Why, you might ask? Because those people never got to see these blue jackets flood the streets at Indianapolis, Indiana National Convention. Or how about each and every one of you, how you will put in the hardest work into your competitions and show off everything that you put forth. Or even the fact of some of your faces that will light up this entire room because your hard work out of the classroom finally paid off and you won your proficiency area. Those people never got to see what this blue jacket was truly made of. So FFA members, I leave you with one thing. I challenge you to take this opportunity to shed the judgment that other people put forth on you. I want you to remember that this blue jacket puts you all on the same level. Because this blue jacket gives us a taste of home, freedom, and family. So I leave you with this one quote from the Breakfast Club. I guess we are for a lot of reasons. I guess we are who we are for a lot of reasons. And maybe we'll never know most of them. But even if we don't have the power to choose where we come from, we can still choose where we go from here.
Alright, don't look at me while I read this. Erica, your love for the FFA is very apparent. You have served the association with honor and pride. You have always worn your heart on your sleeve every time we had anything to do with FFA. Please don't look at me. It is with great pleasure that I am able to give you your plaque today. Wait a second. Fellow members and guests, your 2013-2014 State Vice President, Erica Cobb.